Chaz Freeman has pulled out. Yes, there, I said it. Chaz Freeman has pulled out. Who's Chaz Freeman? He's the guy we were talking about in the postgame show yesterday. He was going to be on the National Intelligence Council. In fact, he was going to be the chairman of the National Intelligence Council. He was appointed for that position. And then there was a lot of heat that he took for not being with Israel 100%. That doesn't mean that he doesn't support Israel. It means that he didn't agree with all of Israel's actions. And so he got a lot of heat from Republicans and neoconservatives and I would imagine the Israeli lobby, okay, but I didn't see specific stories on that. And so then the question was, is Obama going to pull him or is he not going to pull him? Joe Klein wrote a terrific piece in Time magazine, which we talked about yesterday, where he said, no, this guy doesn't have it out for Israel. He just thinks they're not going about it a constructive way. The fact that he is going to be a voice of a different position is fantastic. That the administration needs that, right? Well, today, Chaz Freeman pulled out. Now, is it because I care so much about Chaz Freeman? No, I never heard of the guy before a couple of days ago, right? But this is an important indication of where we're going. If whoever it was, the congressional opponents, the lobbyists, etc., the Republicans, whoever it was that got Freeman pulled out of this position, showed Obama that you cannot ever disagree with Israel at all and hope to get away with it. So that is a very, very bad sign, not only for the United States foreign policy, but funny enough, mostly for Israel. Because if we, as their strongest allies, don't help them to see the errors of some of their ways, and we can't exercise any leverage to bring them to the peace tables, then they're never going to have peace. We're not helping them by enabling them down the wrong path. And the pullout of Chaz Freeman goes to show you that in American politics, you cannot question Israel. And if you do, there will be consequences. And in this case, you won't get the post. So the signal that this shows is that, and I hope that it doesn't mean that it's forever or that Obama's going to continue to act this way, but it is a bad sign for anyone who was hoping that we would act as an honest broker and put pressure not just on the Palestinians, but also on the Israelis to come to a negotiated solution. This means we cannot put any pressure on Israel. If we do, there'll be a world of pain politically, and it will not fly in America. That's a bad sign, not just for us, but for the entire Middle East.